Welcome to The Essence on Benue Television. The Essence is a program that x-rays marriages. It looks into marriages which are going on for years. Some are broken, some are about to go into marriages. It's a program that discusses with couples how they have coped for the years they've stayed together. Don't go away. Stay with us. Today we have an interesting couple who are going to be telling us about their stay together. You can contribute to this program by using the number you're seeing on the screen. You can send a message to ask a question, give comments, or even contribute to the program. You're welcome. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is The Essence. If you are just joining us, I'm your host, Pat Forrest. We have a special guest in the house today. I am excited to talk to this couple. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Bevega Anem Nation Dam Ayari.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
That shows I know a lot. So I'm so eager to hear everything, whether we know or we don't know. So give us all the gist. Nation,
Okay.
where were you born?
Okay. I was born in Makurdi here.
In Makudi.
Yes.
Studied in Makudi.
I studied in Makurdi. Part of my studies I did at Adikbu. That is my hometown.
Okay.
Yes. Kwani local government area of Benue State. So when I was done with my secondary school, I now moved to Benue State University. But before then, I went to NT College Jos, where I did a diploma in TV journalism. And then when I was done, I got married. Then I proceeded to my degree, first degree, which was done here at
Okay.
Benue State University.
Born in Makudi, studied in Kwani local government,
Yes.
went to Jos, back to Makudi. So how did you meet the man beside you?
An interesting story to talk about.
Yeah.
We met at my elder sister's wedding sometime.
On the 19th of December.
Oh my God. 19th of December.
Yeah.
The date is there.
Yeah.
I should expect that from you now, not baby. Wow.
He was the one that saw me first, so
Yeah.
he knew what was in his mind. Okay, so it was my elder sister's wedding. I marched. He also marched.
I was on the train too.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
both of us were on the train.
Oh. And then you saw each other and decided to have your own wedding. Mm.
So, and that was it. So he now saw me, he requested for my phone number, which I did, I gave to him. I said, okay, no problem. And I gave to him. And after that, we didn't talk about almost a year. So he called back later.
One day.
And that was how we got talking and then ended in marriage. And here we are today.
So, Pevega,
Yeah,
you saw a lady on the train and just collected her number.
of course.
What struck you?
I didn't need to waste time.
Oh.
Yeah, because for the first time in my life, I was seeing a very beautiful,
Oh.
charming, lovely young lady for the first time. And something just within me said, this is your wife.
Oh,
Wow.
But I was meeting her for the first time. I've never seen her in my life.
Yeah.
Until that day we marched on the train, and among the ladies on the train, my eyes were only seeing her.
One person.
Just one person. So I couldn't hold it.
Yeah.
And I moved to her, and I requested for her phone number. But that was the only thing I needed at that point in time. And luckily for me, she gave me her number, and then we didn't talk.
Yeah.
I just, hi, how you doing? Look beautiful. Please, can I have your contact? And she, initially she didn't want to. But then she said, yeah.
Talk
She said,
over it.
well, after giving a talk, I said, well, you can have it. And she called the number. And I got it.
Okay. Something told you that Nna was your wife. You got her contact. So what kept you for a year?
Yeah, what happened was, after I collected her number, then I forgot the name that I saved the number.
Oh dear.
So the number was in my phone, but I kept on searching for the number, and I couldn't locate the name. And but somehow, I was praying for a wife then.
Yeah.
And anytime I was praying, her picture would come
to mind.
Yeah. And so I kept on searching for that number. I remember that day, I just, after work, I lied on my bed, and then I was just playing my phone, and then I saw that strange number. And I said, this could be her number. And I called. When I dialed the number, it rang, and she picked. And I said, sorry, I met somebody at so wedding, please, are you the one? And she said, yeah, she is. She didn't even know who was talking, but she remembered the incident. Yeah, and I said, okay, this is Daniel, and nice meeting you, and all of that. So we got talking. That was how we got talking. Yes. And then she was doing her program at NTA College Jos. She just came home and then went to visit the grandmother in the village at Adipo. So when we got talking, she said, yeah, she's in town, she's in Benue, but has gone to Adipo to visit the grandma. And I asked if I would be welcomed
at Adipo. No wasting of time now.
And she said she would think about it. And then the following day I called. And she said, okay, I can come. And I think I didn't give even out to 2 days. When you said, I said tomorrow I'm going
the next day.
So what did you tell Grandma? You came to see Grandma, and all of a sudden there was a visitor whom you yourself didn't know.
Yeah.
So what did you tell Grandma?
Okay, it was quite an interesting gist to talk about. So I went there with one of my cousins who happens to also be my friend. So we went together. She had then graduated from the university. So we just told Grandma that a friend of ours is coming to visit too. And I said, what kind of friend? She was quite a lovely grandmother. I was so close to her. She's now late. So she now said, hey, are you sure? That is how many people will be coming to visit you people, and you'll be sending them away. I hope this one will stay. Because she immediately knew that a man was coming to visit. So he now came and saw, in fact, he came, greeted my grandmother. My grandmother came inside and called me that man is a nice man.
Just greetings. And she knew that it was a nice man.
Yes. But one thing that happened was that he just came, we were expecting, I was not thinking about marriage then. So I was thinking maybe somebody is just coming to visit me, and so what? So he came, and when he left, we were just gisting about it. How can somebody just come without bringing anything? We made a list, we were waiting. I didn't bring anything. He said he was just coming to see me, that it was too impromptu. He only wanted to come and see. He was having some intentions in mind. So my grandma now told us that, why are you talking about all these things? That she enjoyed the visit too. In fact, the little things that he brought, that she used to like tea very well. So he provided the tea, and that evening she was just we were just gisting about it. She now told me that somebody is coming from the university, all the way from Benue State University. There are many ladies there, and you are here talking that you don't like. So if you see a good man, hold a good man. So me, I've seen your husband.
The grandma says she has seen your husband.
And there's something that you
Yeah.
note.
Okay.
What happened was when I arrived, she just returned from farm.
Yes.
So she wasn't properly as in
I
well
didn't
dressed,
bath or
expecting
just-
somebody. And that was the second time I was seeing her in my life. And at this point in time, she was just returning
From the farm, yeah.
And the beauty was still there.
Oh.
So lovely. And I said, the conviction I had, you understand, really,
Grew stronger.
That this is the person that God has prepared for you. So as she said, I didn't take anything. I just went myself, because I have been praying. I was praying, and I didn't have the move to maybe get anything, just to go and meet her and just
See
like
the
that.
face
Yeah.
again.
So I went, and I had to wait for her to take her bath, and then she came out, and we sat under the mango tree. Remember that
Yes.
mango tree?
Yeah, with the good breeze.
So that was when we got to know each other, at least, because the first time, as I said,
just break.
was just I just collected the number, and so when I got, we got talking. I don't know whether I should go ahead.
Yeah, we want to know how you caught. How long?
Okay. So we got talking, and I reintroduced myself to her,
Yeah.
and I asked her some questions, and she also. My questions were very strategic, because by physical look and all of that, I was convinced.
Yeah.
But I still want to know
What you didn't
that
see.
if we, so if her visions, her dreams are compatible with mine,
Yeah.
and all of that. So I asked all the questions, all the discussions were aiming at reviewing one or two things about her. Yeah. So we got talking, and I was surprised to know that most of the things that she said were things that I also conceived as part of my goals in life. So I knew that I was on the right track.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
now,
he told me about he has a vision book, a small vision book where he has written about all his dreams and the things that he will want to become or do in future. So and I said, okay, let me come and take a look at your vision if they are in line with
Yours.
with mine, so that we can build together. So when I came, he provided a very old small book. So all those things were written. One of them were to build a happy home, train godly children, and then work with children. I was not into children ministry.
Yeah.
So I saw that he said a lot of things. So and I said, I was thinking, can I really work with
Cope
this?
with
But
all this.
majority of the things that he wrote down were in line with what I had. So I said, okay, we are good to go. Let's.
So that was saying yes.
Yes.
At what point did he ask you out that you came to say yes after going through the vision book?
Okay, after going through the vision book, it took us about it didn't take time at all, because we met just after 3 months after we met again.
We first met in December 19th, on December
Yeah.
19th. That was during the wedding. After the wedding, it took 9 months.
That we met again.
Yeah, we
right?
met it because it was sometime in September
Yes.
that we met, yes.
Mhm.
And then we courted only for 3 months. And
3
then,
months. It was done.
yeah. We
So
had our
after
wedding,
our
we had our wedding
visions
on the 18th
aligned.
of December.
Now, sir, do you think one day he now asked me that if now that you are in school, do you think you can, if you marry now and you are pregnant, how will you cope
Yeah.
with your education? I said, what did I even say? I said, I think I can cope.
You just thought you could cope.
Yes, I just thought you could cope, because he kept telling me that the plans he has for me is for good, that I will continue with my education, which was what I really wanted at the time. So, and he appeared gentle and all that. So I saw a future with a friend.
Yeah.
I didn't see him as a husband first, because I saw him as a friend. He could come, just talk about the whole things that we are going to be doing. We can do this, do that, and I was seeing building my life.
Yeah.
I saw myself in him building my life. So I said, okay, we can do it. Because to me, marriage is an institution, a life institution. Unfortunately, you don't go back out of it. You don't
So
ever get
you
to
had
graduate.
that conception even
Yes.
before you met him.
Yes.
You knew that marriage was
Yes.
a life
Lifetime.
institution that you would not be going back on it.
No.
Oh,
So
that is
that's,
interesting.
yeah.
How old were you then?
I was 20 going to 21.
And you already had that conception. That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Because I grew up in an NKST family. So when I got to Jos, I joined Redeemed Christian Church of God, where I became the head usher in the
Church.
students' parish. So we were taught about all these things. So they mentioned one or two things, and they were some guidance.
Young ladies.
Yes. So I already knew. And we're told you start praying for your life partner
Even
now
before
that
the
you're
time
young,
comes.
before the time comes, so that when the time comes, you don't need to think, or you don't need to be misled on something. So if you are building Christ and you trust God, God gives you what you desire. And
Wow.
that's what the Bible tells us.
It has just been 14 minutes or so, but
Yeah.
it's interesting. I wish we talk on and on and on. Let's have a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Remember, we are coming back. You can contribute to this program with the number you are seeing on the screen. Wait for us. Welcome back to The Essence on Benue Television. Remember, this is a program that talks about marriages. Are you married? Is your marriage in the process of breakup? Are you planning to get married? This program is important for you. Always catch up with us on Benue Television. You can even make contributions to this program with the number you are seeing on the screen. You don't need to call. Just send a message. Give us a question or a comment. Any question you give, you have response back in the next episode. Don't go away. Always stay with us. Here, Nashun just said she learned a bit about preparing herself for her husband and all that. So, how long did you wait to find Nashun?
Yeah, at the point we met, I was 28. I was 28. Yes.
I'm not actually talking about the age. When you were ready for marriage and you started looking out for your
Okay.
wife, how long did you wait?
Okay.
Or did you search?
Yeah, I searched for 3 years because I finished my service I served in 2007 and came back. So immediately I finished my university. That was 2006. Then I felt that
You were
from
right.
there going forward, I should have a life partner or
Yeah.
get someone that will stay with. So that was when I seriously started trusting God. I've been trusting God and praying for it long ago, but then it was time for action.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for the right person. And so between 2008, 2009, Then I found her in 2009. So that was when we first met. Then in 2010, we got married.
Okay.
So, based on my plan, it was
Really
3 years.
3
3 years.
So, Daniel, Dam,
Yeah.
how has it been?
It has been wonderful.
The journey.
The journey has been so wonderful.
How many
amazing,
years?
Lovely. We're 13 years, going to
13,
14
yeah.
years in marriage.
Mm.
Yeah. And these years, to me, it looks as if it's just 3 days.
Oh.
Because it has been fun,
Yeah.
and I can say that God has been faithful.
God has been faithful.
Because everything that I desire in a woman
Mm.
is found in her. She is my friend. She's everything to me.
Yeah.
She's my counselor. She's my confidant. She's my friend, and then my wife, and then mother of my children.
Mm.
So anything that happens to me, if I'm provoked somewhere, she'll be the first person that I will call. That, look, oh, this is what has happened. Or this person has provoked me. So what should I do?
Oh.
And all of that. So
Yeah,
whether I'm
that's
home or on my way home,
Yeah.
we keep that communication and we're in touch. And then she's also a straightforward somebody.
Yeah.
If she doesn't like anything, she will tell you
Straight
that I
away.
don't like this. Yes. So she doesn't keep grudges.
Mm.
So as this is how we live our life, you know, and it has been fun.
Like
it
an
has
open
been
book.
lovely. Yeah. Yeah. So
That's
So-
right.
Nashum,
That's right.
how has it been? It's always different for a lady sometimes.
Well, it's been fun. It's been a whole lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot. So marriage, it's a whole lot of package.
Mm.
You are marrying a man, you are marrying his family, you are marrying his dreams and everything. Work, everything. Building your own self, developing your own self, building your own career, and then working towards building a home together. And then someone you have not known for a long time, it's not your brother, you are just coming together to build a family. It's an institution to learn, to nurture, to tolerate, to forgive, and to love, and to sacrifice. So it has been like that. So when I first got married, first thing that happened, he said it was after our marriage, our wedding, we were to go home. And I thought to myself that, oh no, so we are going to Shitile, where I was told, where I was told that, when I was getting married, my mothers, they brought a very big matter for me, like, where you are going, those people can eat very well, you go pack very well.
So as soon as the children
So I
was
saw
mentioned,
that it was that we are going there. I said, okay, I have to prepare myself. So when we got there, about 3 days, I was not feeling well, for no just reason. So when we get
Afraid
inside,
to
I'm afraid to bound.
big pounded yam.
So each time he noticed that each time we are inside, I will be lively, talking. Immediately I'm coming outside, I'm not feeling well. Outside. One day he told me that, what are you scared? I said, you don't know that so many people are in this house, and then you have to find. So if it's that, if there is a reason, you have to forget about these things and be yourself, be happy. And that was how I relieved myself, and then we started. And then it's been fun. The home, I never got to even pound. What I was scared of, I never
It
got
never
to
happened.
do. Never happened.
Mhm.
And my mother-in-law was there with so many people, so many women around her to do all those things. So it was fun. And then some few years down into marriage, you know, in the part of the world where we are, when you get married, the next thing people want to hear is that you have a baby.
Yeah.
And then going into a very big family such as ours now.
Yeah. Mm, of course.
So it was quite big, and people started saying, just 2 years, 3 years, and they said, what is happening? Did you bring this woman to come here and be going to school? So when you are coming to marry, you didn't know that you are coming to have children. You are busy going to school, and he never bothered about it. He would tell me that, don't worry, we are going to school and all that. And the beautiful thing was that I never had any pressure from my in-laws and all that, except for
The
people
general
who
extended
did not really
family.
matter, because it's about us, it's about our lives. And so he kept telling me and encouraging me, and just few years after that, we started having our children. So it has to do with a lot of tolerance, forgiveness, sacrifices. And then, because if you want to build your dreams together, you have to also marry his own dreams, then bring it together, and then working together. And then aside building a home, he's into children ministry. So when I first came, I'm a little shy type. People don't know about this, but that's the truth. So,
I know.
so he is into children's ministry. Each time we came to church, we have to, even if it's just a child of 2 years, my husband will sit and greet the child as if the child the child is already grown. You say, "How are you doing? How is your mommy? How is your dad?" And that, I couldn't see myself standing and waiting for you to greet all these
All the
children.
children,
I said,
plenty of them.
They are my children. Oh my goodness, look at you, are so big. Come over here. How is school? It's been long I visited. He will tell me that you have to be here. And then these are your children and all that. But as time went by, I grabbed the vision. I saw myself doing now
even more than me.
even more,
Yeah,
with no complaints at all.
because when she finally got the vision, then we had to wait for a fish. That is what the Redeemed sells.
Okay.
But it was an evangelical outreach,
Okay.
because one of the churches within our consistory then was here to have the children's section of the church.
Yeah.
So I spoke with her, and then we had to move for like a missionary journey to that church. Then Kestiavo.
Yes.
That was when we went and we met with the elders, the leaders of the church, and we shared with them that we're here to start a children ministry. So they agreed, and that was how we started. So for almost a year plus, we were there. And then when we nurtured and the vision grew to some extent, then I had to return to base. We are now left her there to also groom other workers that will take over from her. So she spent about 2 years plus in that place.
Almost 3 years.
And and then the ministry grew to an extent that by the time she was leaving, they had the church of their own.
Children's service.
The
church
children's
was
service,
already
they
built.
built a children's service church of their own. And then we were able to groom more teachers. About
Over
5,
10 teachers already.
that were groomed. So we now handed over the ministry to them, and then we left. So she has been wonderful, and I just imagine what I would have been in that vision without her.
Yeah.
Because even if I'm not there, she's there. And when she came, we started a Bible club, children Bible club at home. So at home, sometimes I'm the type that move around because of commitment. So the children meet once in a week, and most of the time she was the one handling the idea, because I won't be always available.
So she did not just marry you, she married your vision and everything that possibly your ministry.
Yes, all
that
the dreams.
Is interesting. I was going to ask about in-laws. You already mentioned them.
Yeah.
That notwithstanding, has there been any pitching from the in-laws? You know, it's always either mother-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, co-wife. But there's always a crash.
Well, incidentally for me, I have wonderful in-laws. My mother-in-law, in fact, my mother-in-law, if she wants to discuss anything at all, she prefers discussing it with me, not with him. Because she will tell me that if I start it with your husband, you know the way he behaves. He will not even listen to me. So he will tell me first, she will tell me first and ask me to relate it to him. So from the onset, she has been wonderful. She's also a busy woman. So she will come just like advise me, do this, do this. But I think one of, apart from, there was no major issue at all, but maybe when I was in school, whether she was scared or not, she would sometimes tell me that the kind of things I'm wearing, they are not appropriate. So maybe I should look more mature.
That you look like a wife.
Like a wife, like a wife too.
So that another person is not attracted to. How? Why?
I should stop wearing trousers. I should do this. She said, and I said, "Guy, Mama, these are the things that make me comfortable." She now said, "No, you know what? Because you are not fat, so you are. When you dress like this, as if you are not even married at all."
So she was protecting.
She was protecting
her son's wife.
So she said I should, in fact, I should eat a lot. I
So
don't
that
even,
you grow
I
big.
said I will grow big. That I should show them that I'm now married. I should eat very well. And then she will say, well, after they cook everything, you don't even eat. You do this, you don't eat. Look at the way, see, look, your stomach is still. To an extent, when I had my first son, she came. When she left, she stayed with us for some time. She left. She now called me on the phone that, Kai, and I'm not understanding. You know, are you sure that boy is feeding very well? You don't eat. Is that boy feeding very well? I don't want to stay there and see them. And I said, Mama, you have to come and see for yourself. Come and see your grandsons. Come and see how he's growing. So when she finally came, she discovered the child was even bigger than me. She said, this boy is big, so can you even carry him? So it's been just fun. By the time I got married, he's the first son out of about 7 children, and then the only younger brother was already staying with him before I got married to him. So the rest of them were women, already married. So I really did not have all these issues here and there coming together and all that. So that's it.
Good. The issue of in-laws is not just one-sided. It's always also from the woman's side. So how have you found her family? Brothers that complain, you're not doing enough, you're not taking care of our sister. Oh, you are only with our sister and you don't bother about us. How have you handled all that?
Yes, because God was involved.
Yeah.
Everything has been very smooth. In fact, the day that my father went to pay her dowry on my behalf, that was the first day that we were able to meet the larger family, you know, as it's our tradition. The entire Asenga Lakali family was gathered and we were able to see them. But one takeaway from that was the fact that there was no stress. In fact, the marriage rites were done less than 10 minutes. Because when they gathered and all of this, then my dad already had a discussion with my father-in-law. And then they came back and said, this is what we have. So instead of breaking it down to one, no, so my yes, just took everything, yes, and gave it, and they say it's done. That's even free they would have given her to me, so that is just symbolic. And they collected very little. And that was how we now moved to the woman, and then the woman too. There was no wasting of time, you know. So from that, it gave us the confidence. Yeah, the confidence and the understanding that, yeah, this family is exposed, this family is welcoming, you know, and they're not after things, but it's that commitment, that love, that relationship that they were to build. Yeah. So I became part of the family. And since then, the grandma that of a blessed memory now has been wonderful. Praying for any time we call, oh, God will bless you, God will do this, you people will be great and all of that. And then all of them, there has been no pressure from any side. In fact, all that we have done is what me and my wife, we decide on our own
to do.
To do, yes. I've not received. I think the only request I received was from grandma that she wants to visit her people. You
Yeah.
understand,
Mm.
and that was all. So that was the official request. If not, anything we do is on our own that we decide to do, and all of that. So they have been wonderful.
So since, okay, thank you very much. We'll go on another break. We just want to take a quick one and we'll be right back. Don't go away. Remember, there is a number on the screen that you can contribute to this program. It has been interesting. We hope to continue. Welcome back to The Essence on Benue Television. If you're just joining us, we have been talking to Daniel Peviga and Nnashon Dam Ayari. Interesting names. They've been telling us a lot about their stay together. Join us. Let's ride this story of their marriage together. Yes. Nna,
Yes.
I'm back to you. Has there been any moment you shook your head, you say, why did I say yes?
Not really.
No.
Although there are bound to be disagreements.
Yeah.
There are bound to be misunderstanding. There are certain times you will say that, why did you do this? Why did you say this? You should have done this the other
That
way
way.
round. But there has not been a moment I thought to myself that I shouldn't have done this or that. Yeah. So that is it. Coming, like I earlier said, I said it was an institution of, unfortunately, there is no graduation. You have to learn, you have to nurture, to
So
tolerate.
what do
and
you
all that.
say? What do you say to your friends, colleagues, people around you that always tell you, "Oh my God, I've had enough. I want to go out of this marriage."
Okay.
Have you ever had a situation like that with friends?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Mm.
Because apart from just my marriage and having friends around, we are interested in couples generally. So we've had a couple of such situations, and what I keep telling them is that you should just forge ahead,
Mm.
maybe figure out something, but
Mm.
there's no going out. There's no going out. You are already in it, so work it out. You work it out. When you want to have a beautiful or a fun or a happy marriage, you create those things yourself.
Mm.
You don't wait for manners from heaven. So if you want to, like my husband, when we got married, he's not the type that we want to go out, but I love outings.
Yeah.
So I take him out.
You don't wait
Sometimes
for him to take
I don't
you
wait
out.
for him to take, even
You
if I have
take
money
him
or
out.
not.
Yeah.
I will take him out, and at the end of the day, he will pay. So
I like that. You love outing, so you take him
I
out.
take him out.
You don't wait for him to take you out. I like that.
So you have to create those things yourself.
Yeah.
Notwithstanding, there are some issues that really need to be looked into,
Yeah.
because marriage, in as much as we are there to tolerate, there must be a commitment from both parties
Yeah.
to
I
build
was
the
going to come
marriage.
to that. Because you were saying you must find a way out.
You
and I
must
was asking myself, what if it's only one person trying to find
trying
it?
to find a way out. So that is where we are now coming to commitment.
Yeah.
You, both of you need to work it out. In as much as you want to tolerate and do all those things, and the other person is not committed, is not ready to build a home together with you, then there must be a problem. So both parties, both partners need to agree, come together with the understanding that this all about us. If you have been suffering or you have been having issues, first of all, think about the other partner. Has it been easy with him or her? If not, because both of you are in it together. So when you have this ideology that we are in this together, then it doesn't, in fact, the situation of thinking I shouldn't have started this at all will not even arise in the first place. You sacrifice, she sacrifices, and then together you build a home. So it's a two-way team. It's not a one-way thing. So
Bivika, what is that thing that if Una does, you say, oh my God, you cease to be my wife?
Nothing.
There's nothing.
That doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Bivika, there are
That
circumstances. Bivika, hear me, there are circumstances. Unplanned. The enemy comes, and possibly you come across something you don't want.
Yeah.
What if you find out about adultery?
Yeah. You see, as she said, it takes two
Yeah.
to make the marriage work.
Work.
It's not one-sided issue. And then you have to work it out. You have to trust God to have that ideal marriage that you have dreamed. And to me, I believe that whatever you are able to picture in your mind, you're able to see the reality coming. And so, before we got married to each other, perhaps maybe because of backgrounds, because I grew up from my childhood serving God and also, so I have my mind made up that this is the way of God, that we should stay in marriage and remain in marriage. But I also understand that we're two different persons coming from two different backgrounds. So we must learn to tolerate and then to work it out. So there are certain things that she does that I don't really like them. But then I feel that it's my duty to correct, to teach her what I want. And it's our duty to also teach me what she wants. And that is what we've been doing. Because there are certain, just about the outing that she said, you know. And then, you know, I love eating pounded yam, you understand. I can eat, swallow, morning, afternoon, and evening, you understand.
Like Shitiri
I don't have problem with that.
Yeah.
But it's not the same with her, you know. So, but we need to understand each other. And so, I don't like eating Indomie, but she was the one that introduced me to eating Indomie, you know, from time to time. So, but what I'm saying is we have a balance with that understanding, with that mentality, that whatever challenge that comes, God will help us, and together we'll conquer it. And just as he said, you know, when we got married, initially we got married immediately in 2010, then 2011 she got admission into the university. So she finished, and initially we were like, okay, let's trust God. Let her finish before we start having children. Yeah. But then at a point we wanted them to come, and they were not coming, you understand? And so we were like, together we held our hands.
Yeah.
And so there was no pressure for anybody. There was no, together with ourselves. And then God answered us quickly. He didn't allow it to stay at the time, at the point we wanted. So we were in together. It was our plans and our desires. So we committed them unto God, and God was faithful to help us. So I feel that in marriage, even if my wife, I find her doing that, then I own her a responsibility to correct her, to tell her the implication, and then to win her back in love. Because
that's a hard one.
that is the responsibility that God has given us. So I see that there is nothing that, but incidentally, she can't do that. She's not.
That is not what we are saying. We're not saying she can. We are trying to look at
I
how
understand.
to handle situations.
Yeah.
So you are saying that even if that comes,
Yes.
this is what you are going to do.
Yes.
But it's not an easy one.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not at
easy.
all.
It's
It's
not
not
easy.
an easy
Not.
one.
You know, at a point, my mom was jealous that the way she was dressing and very young and all of that, you know, that jealousy. And to me, too, there are certain times I tell her that this thing you are wearing, or you will not take it out of me. It's only for my consumption. You know? You know, she said, but what is wrong with it? I said, to me, there is nothing wrong with it, but it should only be here.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be out there, you know. So that is to tell you that, yeah, if that happens, I'll be hurt and all of that. You know, if from my side too, she will be hurt.
Yeah.
But then, what sustains and will keep us together is the fact that we learn to work it out together, because I will not consider as her problem or my problem, but it's our problem and it's our responsibility to help each other. Yes, come out of that.
That is a good one. Baby girl, you are talking like you're not a thief man. You mentioned something that is your responsibility to teach her. And then you quickly added, she as well has a responsibility to teach you. A woman teach a man in this environment? I'm asking, how possible?
Yeah, you see that one good thing about marriage is the fact that it is the two of you. So there is this misconception
Yeah.
that this is what my society or my people are doing. But marriage is not about my people.
Yeah.
Marriage is about you and your spouse. You understand what you want. Because I'm not marrying for my people. I'm married for myself. And she didn't marry me for her people. You know, she married me for both of us to have a future together. And so we are together.
Yeah.
There is no one person that is superior to each
Over the other.
Yeah, over the other. We are both equals, and then we're building together. As I said, there are certain advice, counsel that I've gotten from her that have made
That
me
helped
stand tall among my equals.
Yeah.
But the secret of that is because I was able to reason with her and then to sort her views concerning those issues. So I feel that all of us are made wonderfully by God and have unique talents
Yeah.
that when we come together, we can only have the best when both of us complement each other and seek each other's person, rather than being, I'm superior, you have to do this, you have to do this.
But because of this society that we live in, you know that is what happens.
Yeah, society plays that demands,
Especially our culture.
especially the African society and the culture, because culturally they feel that the man is the head, and then the head, whatever he says, whether good right or wrong, then it's final. Yeah, but then if you now see what the Bible says, the Bible asks that we're both equals. If I from the scripture, they say men should love their wives and wives should respect, you know. And so that love and respect comes together. And if you need respect, the man is our responsibility to love. I know that when you love,
Baby, hold it there. I love that point, but we need a break. We are going for another quick one and we'll be right back. Remember, you still have the number on the screen to text us here with a question or a comment. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is the Essence on Benue Television. We have been talking to Mr. and Mrs. Dam Ayari. And it has been an interesting one. If you are just joining us, you can continue with us and even watch the part that has gone by because it has been interesting. Don't miss it out. Yes, you were talking about respect and love. Men love, women respect. And you were about saying something that is easier for... Go on, please.
Yeah. I was about that you don't command respect. You earn respect. And when you learn to love your wife and to show her the love that she deserves, then the respect comes natural. So in that case, both of you are on the same page.
Yeah.
And so the idea of the man saying, I'm the head, you must do this, you must respect me. There will be no need for that.
There will be no need for that. Bibiga, has anybody told you that your wife controls you? Why do you give in so much to her and all that? Because we see that this same culture and society we're talking about, when men see their women on the same level with them, it becomes something else. It's either that the women have given them something to consume or that the men are not men enough.
Yes.
I wonder if you have friends, you go out in the evenings and all that.
Yeah. What you have said is true. That's how the society thinks. I know that from my family, initially they were not very comfortable with me because sometimes we'll be having family meetings, and before the family meeting ends, I may receive call from my wife like 3-4 times and all of that, and that didn't go well with them. Am I the only person that got married among them? Why am I always doing this and all of that? No. Your wife should allow you to rest. Things like that. So then among my friends too, sometimes we travel, we're going this. Before we get there, we can communicate 2-4 times. And some of them will say, Kai, Dr. Dam, don't tell us that you are the only one that have wife. We too, we have wives. Why is it that it's only your wife that is calling and all of that? So when they are saying that, invariably, it's like the wife is controlling you.
Yeah.
The wife, that's why, and all of that. So society does that, and they think so. But as I said earlier, marriage is between you and your spouse. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what the society says. I read a book about reaching my goal, and in that book there's an analogy that the writer gave, that there were 2 kings that went into war, a mightier king and a younger king. And so when they got to the war, the mightier king captured the younger king, and took him captive. And then he said that the only thing that will save his life is that he's going to ask him to walk through the line of his army, in between the army. So those by his right should be saying good things about him. Those by the left should be saying all sort of insults. And then he was given a glass of water, food to the brim, and then he was to walk through. And he said if he was able to walk through without a drop of the water, then he will set him free. So the younger king was able to walk through without the water dropping. And the king was amazed, and he asked him, how did you manage to, with all the insult? Because those were saying, you are this, you are this, you are this, insulting. And the other one were praising, you are the most wonderful and all of that. Then the man said, immediately I was given this task, I knew that my life is in this glass of water. And so I became deaf to those praising me and those insulting me. I had to save my life, and my life was in this class. So that was the secret. So that is the same with marriage. If you want to have a happy home, a fruitful marriage, then you have to be deaf to the people that are praising you, and then those that are insulting you and saying your wife is controlling you, you are this, and all of that. Because your life is in that marriage.
On your marriage.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. I said it earlier that I was eager to talk to the two of you. That is very interesting. So, what do you think is the reason for the level of broken homes we have today?
Okay. I don't want to sacrifice